Welcome to Latin with Andy, Code Breakers. These videos are to help you follow along with the Code Breakers at-home worksheets, so if you've not downloaded them, please click the link, purchase them, and subscribe so that you can further enhance your Latin experience. Today we're going to be talking about imperfect tense. The word of the day is amō, amāre, amāvī, amātus, which means love. An easy way to remember this word is to think of the word amateur. An amateur is not necessarily someone who is bad at something, but someone who does something just for the sheer love of it instead of for making money. And we're back with Steve the interrupting sheep, who inserts a BA into our verbs to manipulate time and change it to sort of past tense, but we call it the imperfect tense because of that was and the ing on our action, right? Okay, so let's try to put these verbs into the imperfect tense. So first, remember we find the stem of each one. There's 3 here. Let's start with laudare. This is the second form of our 4 principal parts, so we can take off that ARE and find the stem. The stem is laud, so let's copy it all the way down. Next, we add on our conjugation identifier. Put it on every single form so we can give Steve the interrupting sheep some room to work. Now we add on our BA on every form to show that it's imperfect tense. And then we add on our personal signs. Don't forget, the one exception is that we make it the first person singular personal sign an M instead of an O. So imst, mustisun't. Okay, next is portare. We do the exact same thing. Take off the ARE, copy port all the way down, add on the conjugation identifier on every form. Then let Steve work, put that BA in on every single form, and finally add on your personal signs just like lado. And last we have dare. Remember the stem for this one is easy, it's just the letter D. So copy that all the way down, add the conjugation identifier all the way down, and then the BA on every form, and finally the personal signs. You see how easy it is to change from the present tense to the imperfect tense? Imperfect verbs talk about actions continually happening in the past. They're not completed, they are in the past, but they are continuing. So we add on that was or were and the ing when we translate. Let's see if we can identify these forms and then translate accordingly. Look at our example. We have amābant that has that BA in there and the NT. So the NT says it's third person plural, and the BA shows it's imperfect. So its translation would be, they were loving. That were and the ing on the end of the action. Okay, let's start with number 1, laudabat. Okay, you see the conjugation identifier in there? And then the BA, and then the T. I think as we worked a lot with that present tense, I think you're able to see the pieces a lot more like I do. So this is going to be third person, and singular because of the T, and then imperfect. So we'll translate as he, she, or it was praising. How about dabant? It's kind of a fun word to say. We have the stem, the conjugation identifier, then we have the BA and the NT. So the NT says it's third person plural, and the BA says it's imperfect, so we'll translate they were giving. Okay, portabamus. Stem is port, A is the conjugation identifier, the BA is the tense identifier that shows us that it's imperfect, and the mus shows us that it's first person and plural. This is why I asked you to memorize your personal endings, because they do matter, obviously, as you've been seeing. They show us the person and the number, which are very essential parts of your verb. And this verb is also imperfect. So it'll translate as, we were carrying. Let's look at amābatis. Stem is and the A conjugation identifier, the BA, and the tis. The tis says that it's second person and plural. The BA says that it's imperfect. So we'll translate, you were loving. Now we have laudabam. We have the stem once again, the A conjugation identifier, the BA, and then the M. You see these pieces are happening over and over. It's easy to see them once you practice. The M, remember, is our special one. This is the first person singular instead of an O. It would probably be kind of awkward if it wasn't a lot of bao. Be kind of hard to say. So it's an M, first person singular, imperfect tense, I was praising. Number 6, dabas. Stem is the D, A is the conjugation identifier, the BA shows it's imperfect, and the letter S shows us that it's second person singular. So we'll translate as you were giving. And finally, portabant. Stem is port, A is the conjugation identifier, BA is the tense identifier that shows us that it's imperfect, and the NT shows us that it's third person plural. We said it was imperfect already, so it is going to translate as they were carrying. Phew, good job, guys. Excellent work, everyone. Remember to review your vocab cards, practice conjugating your verbs, and remember to break the verb into parts so you can catch all the info it's transmitting to you. See you next time.